Make it perfectly clear.
Let's make it perfectly clear, you Yinzies. Back in the building, Menace the Yinz, your boy Big G, my co-host Afton over there chilling like a villain, just came from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, feet on the ground, saw game one live and in person. We're going to talk to all you guys today with a big show concerning, y'all, we got issues. Let's be perfectly clear. We got some stuff going on the struggle bus with the offensive line for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we're going to absolutely get into it. Listen, if you guys have not already liked and subscribed, make sure you like, subscribe, share the Know It Alls podcast channel. Y'all, we got some exclusive content out there already for members only. So if you go backstage and check out the membership, you're going to see more and more exclusive content coming from the Know It Alls crew on a daily basis. But if you haven't become a member and subscribe to the channel, make sure you just hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and let's keep it pushing. Like I've already said, memberships are wide open. If you'd like to become a Know It Alls member and support the Know It Alls YouTube channel, just become a member. Click that membership button. 3 different levels, 3 different tiers. No some, no a little bit, and no a whole lot more. We appreciate you guys rocking with us and supporting us. Because guess what? We're somewhere close to that 80 mark, maybe a little bit under the 80 mark of reaching our goal in 2K subs. We did that in less than a year. So imagine where we're going to be in 1 year from now. We're just going to keep growing and growing and growing because we're going to do great Steelers content over here all day, everywhere. And make sure you check out the little emoji right below, the little special arrow. You got Zivia products wide open and available. I'm sucking on big pause, on a Zivia orange this evening. Got it with a little bit of sitting on ice with some lemon. Man, doing my thing with the Zivia. But if you like products like Zivia, if you like Steelers t-shirts, hats, all the different things you can do to support the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're available, and those products will give a proceeds to support the Know It Alls podcast channel. Before I get to the live chat, I got to say what's cracking to my girl, Afton. Afton, what's happening with you? Good to see you in the building this evening. What's going on? What's happening?
We had football, like real football. It's back. I'm so happy we have football.
How was it? We'll talk about it here in a little bit, but how was it to be in AccuShore Stadium just for that first kickoff and all whatever else? What was the environment like? I'm going to ask you that just real fast. What did it feel like?
Everybody except for the man sitting directly beside me was super stoked to be there. Mm-hmm. And he moved, so it was all good. But fans were stoked. Mm-hmm. And the first half, the energy got kind of low towards the end of the first half. Mm-hmm. The second half started and the crowd got cranked up.
Oh, we're going to talk about that because I think there's a particular reason why they got cranked up. But we'll talk about it in a little bit. Man, let me say what's cracking to everybody in the live chat right off the back, man. Slimmy Bronco, what's cracking? Lacking, good to see you, man. Hey, Slimmy, you know somebody going to start, right? You know, right on get super chat. Your old brother, because somebody going to start the season. But we'll talk about that on another day, another time. Unless you feel like going and just putting it in right now, man. We appreciate you. Pickens, you big dummy, man. What's cracking? Good to see you, man. Know It All subscribers. What's up? What's cracking, man? Backstage. Arts Baby Doll. Arts Baby Doll, I heard. Are you down? Are you missing the season? Are you injured? I heard a little something today. I'm just making sure you're good, man. Let me know. Reginald Rivers, what's cracking lacking? Good to see you in the building. Chris Sawyer, what's going on, man? What's cracking? Petey. P44, what's cracking lacking? Good to see you in the building. Glad you hit us up on another edition of Menace the Yinz. We appreciate you. Jaime, what's cracking, man? Good to see you. B. Wayne, great to see you in the building this evening, man. Tyrone, man, what's cracking lacking, man? Tyrone, man, listen, man. Stop panicking. You listen, just slow down. It's gonna be all right with JPJ. We'll talk about it a little bit on the show today for sure. Known Ballers, what's cracking lacking? Good to see you. Tristan, what's crack-a-lacking? Great to see you as well, man. Mother of Afton, Miss Kathy. Great to see you in the building and support the channel. We appreciate you. J. Steve, what's going on, man? Great to see you, man, in the building. I'll make sure. BSG 74, what's crack-a-lacking? Great to see you, man, in the building. Mr. Styles, what's going on? Garyon Styles, man, great to see you in the building, man. Kevin Brokenborough, man, what's good, man? What's good? Good to see you, man. We appreciate you, man. Good to appreciate you. Horse Baby Doll said, G and Afton, do you know how long IMAX is going to be out and also what happened to him? We're going to get to it a little bit. We got some thoughts because anybody that says that they know and we'll get to it. They ain't telling the truth. They don't know. They don't know. Taco Crusher, what's cracking lacking? Good to see you in the building, man. Great to see you. He said, I tried to zip you the other day, but I wouldn't say I sucked on it. Yeah, I understand, man. Taco Crusher, I was diabolical with my intro. Mark Cunningham, what's cracking? Good to see you. Claude Bishop, the nemesis himself, has showed up in the building. Claude, we appreciate you showing up this evening, man. Great to see you. Happy to see you in the building, man. We appreciate you, man. Arch Baby Doll said, I broke my foot and I won't be able to watch the rest of the preseason. I downsize homes and my cable won't be on until the 28th. Well, that sucks. Arch Baby Doll, download the app on your cell phone. Go to NFL Network, download the application on your cell phone that you can be able to watch it right there on your cell phone. Trust me, I know it's unbelievable. Mark Malone, man. You know what? Mark Malone, man. We appreciate you, man, but you're starting up early, man. So listen, we got to get it done. I mean, Mark Malone on the intro? You getting a flag thrown on you, man. Stop all that diabolical mess, man. Andre Green, man, good to see you, man. Appreciate you stopping in and rocking with us, man. I think that's everybody in the live chat. Vic, what's cracking? Good to see you, man. Afton, we got some diabolicalness already. And super chats are wide open. So if you want to support the channel, you want to get your rant, your comment, whatever the hell you want to say concerning on the Know It Alls podcast channel, just make sure you super chat. So Adrian, before we get to talking about the condition of a certain position room, I just want to get your feelings and thoughts of what you saw sitting at Acrisure Stadium for preseason game 1 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. What's your recap of what you saw? Not necessarily what you liked and what you didn't like, but what do you think just is happening with the Pittsburgh Steelers moving into the 2026 season?
I think the bottom of the roster guys were a lot more prepared for our team than they were for the other team, which I found interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that both Howard and Aller were hitting the tight ends they were working with more than, I mean, it seemed like they were hitting them more than anybody else.
Facts.
So Tanyan and who was it, Hurlman?
Mm-hmm. Tanya's a baller, Afton. Tanya's a baller. He's making it 53. I don't give a damn.
I think so. I think so. He was a lot of fun to watch. Well, both of those two guys were a lot of fun to watch. Lou Nichols. He seemed to show up. KJ. Caleb Johnson.
We're gonna get to that. Trust me, we're gonna get to that because I think he's gone. I think he's gone.
But I can tell you that the crowd reaction seemed the loudest when Howard took when he took the field the first time. The crowd cheered him the loudest, I think. And then they cheered pretty loud for Aller. And when Eli Heidenreich went in for his first offensive series, the crowd really liked him too. The hometown kid that they know isn't going to make the team, but
yeah, it's okay. They can cheer for him.
Yeah.
But we'll talk a little bit about the quarterback battle quickly, and then we're gonna shift to offensive line. After today, well, first of all, for all you guys that didn't know, the Pittsburgh Steelers did not practice today. They were rained out. Training camp is broken. It's done. Training camp's in the books, right? Now we're moving forward to prepare. We have less amount of time to prepare for regular season game 1 based on the schedule changes and all whatever else. And by the way, of y'all you guys that don't know, they don't have the cut down roster like how they used to have. It's one cut. August the 30th, 2026 is when we're going to cut down the roster. So saying all that, after we got a dilemma at quarterback, we got 4 quarterbacks, right? You were there, you had feet on the ground, right? In your opinion, who played the best out of the 3? Because we didn't see the great guys. We didn't see Rodgers. But out of the 3 quarterbacks who played, who's going to be the Gazoo's backup in 2026, in your opinion? Because I know it's just one game, but who should be the backup for the Gazoo?
I don't know. I mean, none of them really sucked. Mason got off to a slow start, and it's hard to tell because of the caliber of the players opposing them.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes it more difficult. I think they'll stick with Mason just because of what he brings to practices. There were a couple of communication errors. I think, was it when Howard? Was it Howard or Aller? One of them expected a receiver.
I saw
to
Howard
be
doing like
somewhere
this,
and he
right?
wasn't.
And he couldn't hear. I saw Howard where he couldn't hear, and I saw that, So
Yeah.
So it was a communication error there. Okay.
But there were some. I think it was Howard had like some rookie mistakes, but they all played fairly well. I mean, I'm not going to be mad no matter who they keep.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for this season. I'm excited to see how the offense comes along.
Facts. Now, I don't have a dog in the fight either after. Now, I'm going to be perfectly clear. It doesn't matter to me. I just want the 53 best players on the Pittsburgh Steelers roster for 2026. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Based on what I saw in film watching, film study, and reviewing, or actually watching the game live, I think that Drew Aller played the best considering the conditions. Will Howard played the second best, and Mason Rudolph played the worst out of the three quarterbacks, right? But I have to now see Will Howard go against the ones. And I got to also see Drew Aller go against the twos, right? And I think because after it was reported today, Coach McCarthy met with Drew Aller and Will Howard after. Like, he didn't meet with a whole bunch of other people, but it was reported that he met with Drew Aller and Will Howard. So I think there's a possibility we're going to see a shakeup in the depth chart and how we're going to see guys roll out concerning the plan for the remaining two preseason games. But after, I'm going to say this. All reports are saying that in practice, Mason Rudolph is way ahead and the other two is still 3 and 4. So do you think there's a possibility that one of those two young guys will get cut? Because their performance didn't necessarily show that they should be cut. I could critique and be nitpicky about little different things. I know Will Howard threw a pass that could have got intercepted and whatever else. But do you think that the room's going to shake up quickly concerning the two young quarterbacks who basically are rookies on the Pittsburgh Steelers roster?
I mean, I could see them like trying to get Howard on the practice squad. But beyond that, they're not cutting Aller.
Nope. Facts.
And if they try to put Mason on the practice squad, I think somebody would pick him up.
Facts.
So I don't know what they're going to do there.
Facts. I feel it. Tyrone got a question. He said, my first question for Afton is, so we see Aller do what you think him sitting behind A-Rod, and McCarthy's scheme would be good for the future. Do you think him sitting directly behind Aaron Rodgers will help him? Do you believe that it'll help him?
Yeah. Having Aaron, when Aaron is in, he's in a place in his career where he is passing on his knowledge and he is willing to teach the next guys coming up.
Yeah.
That would be extremely valuable for Aller. Whether or not that's going to benefit this team in the long run, I can't tell you.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people after, let's be clear. The camps are split. That Will Howard, and I heard it directly from the fan base. I was like, man, I can't believe you guys are drawing lines in the sand, and we played one preseason game. Let's give him an opportunity to develop and see what's going on, man. Rob Lightfoot, what's cracking? Good to see you. Christine, good to see you in the building. Steelers DNA, what's good to see you? He said, let's see the next two games, and we'll decide what the quarterback room's even. Let's pick facts. I support that move because nobody should jump the gun easy, man. Chris Sawyer says, after only one game, it's too early to say. They got 2 games left to prove who should be number 2 and number 3 behind Gazoo. That's true. That's absolutely true. But trust me, coaches don't waste time meeting with players aside everybody else. There was a direct reason why Coach McCarthy met with Drew Aller and Will Howard today. We don't know what it is. We don't have a clue, but absolutely something's going on in that building. Mason will likely be here for the next 5 or 6 years. I'm pretty sure he'll retire a Steeler. You know what, Mark Malone? You're doubling down. Mark Malone, that's diabolical in all its ways. To believe that Mason Rudolph will actually be a Pittsburgh Steeler for the next 5 to 6 years. I mean, that's unbelievable. That is unbelievable that you said that. But it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, Afton. And I see, by the way, Afton, you got that new Darnell Washington jersey on. I see that Darnell Washington jersey. That mug is boss. You know, I can't wear another man's. I just can't do it. But that's a boss jersey. That's a boss jersey.
Well, and I've also decided that when Boz takes over the all-time scoring record for the Steelers, I'm buying his jersey.
Oh yeah, Boz first ballot. I don't care what nobody say. He first ballot. As long as he ends out his career the way he's been playing the next few years, and that's diabolical to say that the kicker getting in like that, but a kicker going in. Boz like that. For real, for real. He like that.
I mean, if I had to pick one kicker to stake the season on, it would be Boz.
Yeah. Flat facts. Absolutely facts, man. 4 quarterbacks are going to be kept. I don't know about that, Jaime. I don't believe it. Gene Afton, who would you like to see a quarterback to? To me, it doesn't matter. I just want to get the guy who can develop. Now, who it matters to, Arch Baby Doll, is the Steelers. The Steelers, whether people believe it or not, the Pittsburgh Steelers are all in for 2026. They're all in. So who's going to give you the best opportunity to win football games if you lose Aaron Rodgers? There's some folks say, let's pull the Band-Aid off. Screw it. We're going to figure out what we got something in Aller and we got something in Howard. However, the issue is the Steelers are not built like that. We don't tank. That's not us. So to me, it don't matter, but it better be the best quarterback. I don't know what your thoughts on that is, Afton.
You have to ask, what's the job of a backup quarterback?
Facts.
So if you're talking about just the guy who comes in if Aaron goes down, you pick whoever's playing the best at the time.
Facts.
Whoever's performing the best at the time.
Facts.
If there are duties of a number 2 quarterback that go beyond that, you better be thinking about that too. And if those younger guys can do that.
Correct. Like getting the other team ready to be able to absorb an opposing team's playbook and get the defense ready to go. That factors into it. You know, and let's be clear. Mason's not a dummy. He got go-go gadget eyes. I done already called him Inspector Mason, Inspector Rudolph with them go-go gadget eyes, because he locks in on wide receivers like there ain't no tomorrow. His eyes and head and neck don't move a bit. And he locks in on dudes like it ain't tomorrow. And the film showed it, man. BSG for the $5, man. We appreciate you. He said a lot of rookie quarterbacks had great first starts for their teams. The Kenny Pickett effect should play with what they see. That's facts. Listen, I'll say it to the crow. I was sold. When I saw Kenny Pickett, the way he played in the preseason, after about 5 games, it was over. It was over. Well, now, publicly, I didn't say it, to about week 8 or 9, but 5, I knew.
There were those early games where he would, they'd get down and then he would lead a comeback and then he just kind of fell apart.
Yeah, I agree. I think Aller's in a better situation than Kenny was Tomlin. I mean, we could say that, but nah, man. Nah.
I think Aller and Howard both have, I think, better. I don't know if it's just eyes or processing or what, but they see the game differently than Kenny, I think.
Facts.
I think they see it better and they react faster mentally.
Facts. And Drew Aller has an NFL arm. Now, the issue is, can he throw consistently? He dotted it up in the preseason game. He didn't miss nothing. But when he's got to run a 7-yard out and he overthrows the guy by 4 yards, or he runs a hitch route, a comeback route, and he throws it into the dirt. Those are the plays where you be like, oh. But when he loads up and he throws it across the middle, he throws deep, yeah, he's got it. And Will Howard's ability to maneuver the pocket is good too. Aller can maneuver it too. So both of these guys are development pieces. Let's be clear. B. Wayne said keeping 10 old linemen instead of 4 quarterbacks is I think what they're going to do. They're going to cut McCollum or Hoffman because both can play center and guard. I don't know if the Pittsburgh Steelers will keep 10 offensive linemen. It makes sense, and that's where we're going to do the segue to, because we got big issues in the offensive line. I don't know if y'all know we got struggle bus city jumping off in the offensive line for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, you see Coach McCarthy to pull up with that damn bus, and he's like, every last one of you offensive linemen jump on right now. And we barely got enough room for 10. It looked like there's no way in hell 10 big grown-ass men can fit on that bus. But it's struggle bus going on, struggle city going on for the Pittsburgh Steelers in the offensive line room after. It's struggle city. Now, let's be perfectly clear. We got to report the news always. Max Hanachur ain't playing. It's already been announced by Coach McCarthy. Max Hanachur is not playing preseason game 2. So what we were saying all along, me and everybody I rock with, was they're not telling us the truth about what's going on with Max Hanachur. He got hurt. They said it was a stinger. They said it was his neck. He tried to go back in. He couldn't go back in. He wanted to go back in. They pulled him off. That, it's been a lot of here and there. So, Afton, how concerned are you with Max Hanachur not being able to play in preseason game 2?
I am extremely concerned that he's not getting reps with guys right now. I mean, especially if they expect him to start anytime in the first half of the season, he has got to be working with the rest of the guys. So that's a concern. What his injury actually is a little bit of a concern, because when Broderick got hurt, they told us it was a stinger at first too. Facts.
But there's no, and listen, let's be clear. You do not have to report injuries in the preseason in the National Football League. You ain't got to tell nobody nothing, right? But it's obvious that he's hurt. Now, when you have to start declaring is when the regular season goes, and you got to put guys on the list, the injured list. It comes out every week. It says, well, guy, probable, limited, not playing, out. It says all those things. But right now, they're hiding the injury. But Afton, you're correct. By him not getting snaps, because the bottom line is Max Hanachur was beating Dylan Cook out at the right tackle position. And based on what we saw on film, we're going to absolutely need Max Hanachur, because there's no freaking way Dylan Cook could start tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers. If Dylan Cook starts, we're in trouble. We're in trouble, Afton. That's my thoughts. His film was sucked. His film was horrible, right? Rob Lightfoot said, I said all along, if Will Howard can stand in the pocket and take the hit, he said, I said it all along, that he could take the hit, he beats Mason out straight up. I said it. I've been saying all along, right? Tyrone said, I watched the all-22. Boy, Troy better wake up, and Cook trash and Anderson's not starting guard. I mean, let's be clear. We're going to talk about all of that, man, for sure, right? What's it say? Pickens, you big dummy. Aller and Howard could not have asked for a better learning situation with the teacher being Rodgers. Agreed. I totally agree, 100%, right? Gary and Styles said he's 1,000% concerned and crying in my bowl of Cheerios if IMAX is not playing on Friday. He's not. 150% he's not. Coach McCarthy announced it today.
Didn't he say he didn't know if he was going to even practice Wednesday?
Yeah. He said
yeah.
There was no practice today. They're off tomorrow. He don't even know if he's going to practice Wednesday, but he's not playing in the game on Friday. It's over. New Era Chris, man, thank you for rocking with the channel. We appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe, like. We appreciate you showing up, man. Thank you, man. Everett, he said you have to ask the players. He said they have to ask the players any questions. Right. He diverted, but he absolutely said Max Hanachur ain't playing. He absolutely said that. So the deal is we got concerns. My second question after, and this is the big anomaly, right? What I saw on film from Spencer Anderson at right guard was absolutely diabolical. And there is no way in God's green earth that Spencer Anderson can start right guard. So we saw that switch go on to, or on the not today, but earlier when the practice was going on this weekend, where we heard that Brock Hoffman and now Broderick, Jordan Cleats, big trash playing Jones is playing right tackle and getting 1 reps. Broderick is getting 1 reps at right tackle. Hoffman's getting 1 reps at right guard. Afton, what's going on with the Steelers offensive line? Because the Spencer Anderson was absolutely horrid. He was horrible, Afton. I don't know if you saw it sitting in the stadium, but he was absolutely horrible.
It's like they had a cookbook and they had a recipe for offensive line and they bought all the wrong ingredients. So now they're scrambling, trying to just figure something out.
That's facts. Tyrone said it was the worst film he's ever seen in his life. No, Tyrone, I've seen worse film. I've seen worse film. But his film was absolutely horrible. His film was horrible, right? Yeah, he was atrocious. He was atrocious, baby. And after in the stadium, I got to ask you this. I'm sidebarring a little bit, but in the stadium, when you saw the team 1 out there and you saw the tackles getting pushed back multiple times to the quarterback, what was your heart saying? Like, was you saying, we're in trouble? Or, oh my God, what are we doing at offensive tackle?
My first thought was, don't curse too loud because there's some little kids sitting near me.
Facts.
But I was talking to a lady sitting near me and I was like, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Like, if Rodgers was back there, he'd be getting killed. Like, there's a reason he has to get the ball out so fast, and we don't want that this season. Mm-hmm. We want to let plays develop down the field. Mm-hmm. And if that's the performance we can look forward to, we are screwed.
I'm trying to sell them. Steelers DNA say too many changes, man. I mean, they absolutely had to flip. They had to flip Troy and Mason McCormick. And let's be clear. Let me be clear about this concerning the offensive line. I have no concerns at center and left guard. Mason McCormick and Zach Frazier, I have absolutely no concerns. 0 concerns. I think those 2 guys have played well, ready to start a season. So I have no concerns with those 2 guys. The other 3 spots, big time concerns, man. Let me say what's cracking. Grim Reaper's outdoor. Rodgers may retire in a few games if we keep looking like how we're looking up front. Besides Frazier doing his thing. Grim Reaper, man, we appreciate you rocking with the channel. But Mason McCormick has played his ass off. Mason McCormick's having a hell of a camp. So I ain't worried about neither one of them. BSG for the $5, man. We appreciate you supporting the channel, man. Do James Campen, Jahari Evans still have time to fix it? Or do they have bad players? After your thoughts. I got some thoughts, but I'm going to see what your thoughts are.
It's not that they have bad players. I mean, there's always a learning curve when you flip a guy from side to side, and that's going to happen no matter how good they are, because it's just different. Like, try breaking your arm and eating with the other hand, with your non-dominant hand for a while, and tell me how easy it is. And I certainly have more faith in these coaches than I do in the ones that I'm not allowed to say anymore that we had last year. Big fine for G.
I got a big fine. I cannot believe how did, man, somebody, a damn brown elf snuck into the studio and muted me. That's diabolical in all its ways. In all its ways, man. Man, so Afton, listen to this. Now, let's be clear. Jones has flipped back to the right tackle. Okay? He's getting 1 reps. How confident would you be if Broderick Jones started the season at right tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Because now, let me preface this. Initially, Broderick Jones played right tackle. Troy Fautano beat Broderick Jones out. Troy Fautano sustained an injury. Broderick Jones kept the position. Came back in the next year. Troy Fautano beat him out. They flipped Broderick from right to left. Right? Last year, we saw the play to Broderick Jones, and he got hurt. Right? And in my opinion, he was getting better as it went on at left tackle.
Mhm.
So do you think that Broderick can go and sustain the right tackle position for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Broderick Jones get flipped to right tackle because Dan Moore wouldn't play there?
Facts. That's absolutely facts. Absolutely.
So I at this point, I have more faith that Broderick Jones can get up to speed to be at least good than Cook can.
Mhm.
And I don't know if Cook has any previous experience playing on the right.
Mhm. Kathy, I know you was at the game, but guess what? One of them sacks was on Mason. Mason held the ball too long, didn't step up in the pocket. The O-line's got to do better because the feet placement, and let's be clear, especially when you watch it on all 22, the feet placement of Troy Fautano, who we're going to get to in a second, and Cook was absolutely horrid to play tackle in the National Football League. They were beat before they even snapped. When they snapped the ball, they were beat based on their foot placement. You cannot raise your kickstand and set it back down in the same place. You've already given up ground. You're supposed to kick so you get a jump to get to get your hands on a guy. Matter of fact, actually punch him. But they was out there playing patty cake all day long with them defensive edges. They patty cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. No, that doesn't work. Punch and push. But that's a whole nother story. Afton, that's a whole nother story. I'm trying to get my coaching bag, and I'm trying to leave it alone, but because I don't want no mess with Jahari Evans. That dude's all Hall of Famer. But you punch and tackle after out there playing patty cake. Can't do it.
Yeah, I don't have room on my offensive line for soft little,
After it's where PG rated show. we're PG rated show, man. Listen, I told Troy McCormick get used to that side, and Hoffman and Broderick play the right until IMAX can play. I'm not mad at that, Everett. I think that could be the correct way. B-Dot Wayne's been a member for 6 months, man. Thank you for renewing your membership. He said, we have to remember Jones beat out Cook last year. He did. But the play, I think we were so hungry for the play of a tackle based on what we saw with Broderick Jones all season, because he was protecting the left side of Aaron Rodgers, that we were like, man, if Cook came in and looked like a miracle, because Broderick Jones has just played so bad, especially in the first 4 or 5 games after. So I think that it's got to be a deal where moving forward, you got to get the best 5 on the field. To me, Afton, you got to get the best 5 on the field.
Now, does it seem to you like Jones was trying harder this game? I thought it seemed like he was putting in more effort.
What Afton, that's always been the thing, Broderick Jones. Because this is the thing. When Broderick Jones gets it right, he looks like a starting offensive tackle in the National Football League. When he gets it right. But when he gets it wrong, he's absolutely horrible looking. And sometimes I don't know if that's a mental thing or if that's an effort thing. But when he gets it right, and oh, by the way, Broderick Jones, concerning the tackle position, had the best film. Broderick Jones' film looked way better than Troy Fautano's film. Let's be clear about this, right? So, but effort-wise, I think he did put that time in after, but it's just I'm still worried about him recovering from the injury, getting his rhythm back and all what else. But if he's got to start right tackle because Max Ahanashore can't play, I'm with that after. I'm with that.
Yeah, like Jones' first year, he seemed fiery and he played to the whistle every play.
Yeah.
And his second year, he just didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. BSG says, you would think Broderick Jones will put his best efforts giving this as a contract year coming up. I mean, that's facts. I mean, he's one of those guys out of that class that didn't get extended. We saw Keanu Benton. We saw Darnell Washington. We saw Nick Herbig. All those guys are like from a certain class, certain 2 classes. He ain't got no money. So
But
he absolutely
on the
should be
other
trying to
hand,
play.
I don't want a guy who's only going to play hard on a contract year.
Facts. Because
You need that's got to come from inside. You can't have external drivers motivating you to play at this level.
facts. And that's why you should give effort all the time. Right? But Broderick's got a big opportunity because I don't know. IMAX is hurt. Right?
Mhm.
Now, we talked about right guard. And Afton, let me ask you this question. This is a hard question, right? Do the Pittsburgh Steelers have the starting right guard on the roster today? Or do we got to go get a guy? Are they currently signed by the Pittsburgh Steelers? Do we have the starting right guard? Because I don't know. I don't know.
If nothing improves over what we saw Thursday, man, I hope not.
Yeah. Big 12 Insider says, I don't know if it was better than Troy's, G, but it was better. Yeah, Troy Fautano was diabolical, Big 12 Insider. But, I mean, his film was all right. Don't get me wrong. But his pass pro was trash. Some of it because I saw a play where he tripped over a guy. He tripped over Darnell Washington. He was late getting out of his stance and all whatever else. But some of his pass pro was just diabolically bad, right? Out there playing patty cake. I mean, what are we doing? And I get it because I understand the concept of the coaching and what's been developed in the National Football League over the last 2-3 years. But sometimes you just got to flat out punch a dude, man. You got to knock the cowboy. Excuse me for saying this. You got to knock the cowboy piss out of him. Like, you know, we're stopping you and you're not going anywhere else. You're right here is where it ends. But if you don't have a base and your feet are together like this, or your feet is down like this, or you're up over your heels, you're big cooked. You're big cooked. And we saw that a lot out of Fautano and Cook. We saw that a lot. But you know what? Big 12 Insiders, that's a coach. He coaching. He understands and knows. So I believe it. He said he could be playing hard because he weighs less, and he always been the biggest person on the field. Now he realizes his size is not enough. I don't know if he's always been the biggest person because Darnell Washington still doesn't slim down and still. Afton, how big is Darnell Washington? How big is Darnell Washington? You saw him in person.
Dude is like a walking mountain, but at his lighter weight, he also is a lot more explosive than I've seen him since he came in. I love watching him move.
Yeah. Darnell's going to have a big impact on the 2026 season if we're able to protect our quarterback based on our offensive line play. And what I don't want to see, Afton, is Darnell Washington become the pseudo tackle because we got to stay in 12 personnel all day.
Right.
I don't want to see that.
I do have to say it was nice to see, even when they had this vanilla offense, they were throwing to the middle of the field.
Facts. Afton, how did that make you feel? Because I was joyful. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was joyful.
I was giddy, maybe a little euphoric, and I wasn't alone. Everybody sitting in our section was talking about it. Like, did you see that? It was between the numbers. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's no longer the black pit, the black hole, the pile of lava. I mean, whatever the hell you wanted to call the middle of the field for the Pittsburgh Steelers during them last few years with Coach Tomlin, they was absolutely not throwing the ball. And I think that the offense was vanilla, but the tight end, and that's why I believe Tanya is going to be a critical factor. And Romanowski, the rookie, I think he's going to be critical too, along with Darnell Washington. That middle of that field, and they were running wide receivers across the middle. Now, after I'm going to sidebar off the offensive line for a second, but just to be clear, there was some diabolical routes that was ran by some of them Steelers wide receivers too. The route tree wasn't looking all like that. There were some good routes. But, I mean, Roman Wilson, I saw a bunch of plays where he looked trash in his route running. Not saying that he's trash. He didn't have a great camp. But, you got to be better in route running because from the quarterback position, it's really all positions. It's all about timing, right? And so if your timing is off, Mason Rudolph is going to stare you down with go-go gadget eyes. Because he's, it's like in his head, he's got an internal clock. And he's like, dude, where you at? They wasn't there.
Well, and you got to you've got to look at the defense, and you don't have to diagnose what's actually going to happen. You have to be on the same page with what your quarterback sees, and you
Yeah.
have to go where he thinks you need to be.
Facts.
And Roman is battling hard with Bernard for wide receiver 3, and he's got to clean it up.
Oh,
I mean, to have a chance, he's got to
Yeah.
clean it up.
yeah. Bernard was out there actually balling. Bernard and Smith, the wide receiver, he's a baller too.
Yep.
Now that's a route runner. That's a route runner. Like, people was talking about he can't shoot. He was running routes. It was against lesser opponents, but he was running routes. And Bernard was absolutely running routes. But like you said, after you got to have the timing from the quarterback with the protection of the offensive line, and the receivers got to be in the right place at the right time. And
Well,
let
like
me be clear.
on that 4th down play, Ben Skoranek,
Mhm.
like he doesn't get a lot of catches,
Mhm.
but they know they can rely on him when it's going to be really difficult. Like he comes through.
Tyrone said, can we talk about how in one preseason game they threw it to the middle of the field more than Mike Tomlin did in the last 5 years? I don't know about in the last 5 years. I don't know about that. But it sure appeared.
I would believe it.
It appeared that there was more design routes to the middle of the field than any other time during the era of Mike Tomlin over the last several years. It appeared that way. But I think, once again, this is one of them things where the Yinz, the Steelers fans, were like, oh, God, they're throwing it over the middle field because we've been starved of it forever. It's almost like after, and it's tripped too because I stopped eating meat. But anyway, it's almost like when you haven't had a good steak for a while, or you haven't had access to a steak, and all of a sudden somebody brings you one of them baseball steaks, that's flat as all get up, and and don't have no real fat on it or anything. I mean, it's super thin, and somebody cuts a piece and you taste it. You're like, oh my God, it tastes good, because you haven't had it forever. Well, that's what's going on. That's what was going on with the Steelers from an offensive perspective. We just haven't had it in a while. So, but after a minute, hey, we're going to get back used to it. We're going to get back used to it for sure. Second question from Tyrone. After seeing Bernard in action, what do you think? What's your thoughts?
I love him. I think he should be wide receiver 3 personally, but
what?
That was one game, so we got to see what happens next.
After you believe he should be number 3? Oh, wait. But they said now Rome's had a great camp, but we've seen that before.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen that before.
And if he can't deliver in game, because practice, we talking about practice?
Yeah, that's facts. Bernard showed up in the game. Well, I don't know where Roman was out there. I mean, he was out there, but he wasn't out there. He wasn't out there cooking. Bernard was out there cooking. Weezy was cooking too, but that's a whole nother story. That little diabolical fella. that boy caught that inside slant, was out of there. If he would have slipped, he was to the house.
Yeah.
His first 2 steps, if he would have slipped, house. They would have never caught him. So that little fella, he can run it. He can run an inside route. He can run a slant for real. He can catch that joker on the fly and get gone. But anyway. All right, now going back to the offensive line. All right, Troy Fautanu. After what is it? His head?
I'm not worried. I'm not worried about Troy yet. I mean, the first game, switching sides, just let him settle in and see what happens.
I think it's his head after.
It could be.
I think it is.
But I also think that they have the staff to fix that.
Well, let's be clear. Coach McCarthy has been saying all along that he can't. And by the way, the penalties that the Steelers had was ridiculous in preseason game 1. That's a game where we look like we're going to lead the National Football League in penalties, which has been a McCarthy trait forever. But anyway, Coach McCarthy has been saying that the pre-snap penalties and the lack of consistency with play is driving him bananas in camp or drove him bananas in camp. Cam's broke. We have preseason game 1. I think that everything that Coach McCarthy saw in training camp carried over to preseason game 1. That's all the stuff he saw. I believe it. And I believe the direct comment was about Troy. One of his direct comments after was about Troy Fautano. Because we saw it.
Yeah.
We saw it. I'm a little concerned. I'm not to the point to where I'm like, oh God, we're cooked. Oh God, it's over. Oh God, it can't be. But I'm a little concerned about Troy Fautano's play. What do you think we could do to help him?
I don't know if it's going to take a guy that's been in that position of moving from side to side, or if it's going to take a coach, or I don't know what it's going to take. But he'll either figure it out or he won't. And if he won't, he'll be gone.
Let's just be clear. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
He wanted, and let's be clear about this too. He wanted to flip. You know, he was talked to about it, and he said, "Yeah, if I flip, then I'm taking Mason McCormick with me." Mm-hmm. Mason was like, "All right, cool." They flipped. Mason settled into that spot, right? Mason, he hadn't been like midseason form or Pro Bowl form, but I don't think we need that out of Mason. We just need consistent play at that guard, which is what we saw in preseason game 1. Troy, on the other hand, it's been an issue. It's been an issue. So, Afton, if you had to rate a meter of where you're concerned with Troy Fautano's play, 10's the highest, 1's the least. Where are you at?
About a 3.
Ooh.
If he plays like he played last week, if he plays like that on Friday, then my concern will grow.
Yeah, agreed. That Mark Malone, the personal fouls was cracking me up too. Listen, there was some guys. Lowry. Adios, muchachos, my friend. Adios, bro. You that's diabolical. The punt or kickoff that was out of bounds, 15-yard penalty, diabolical, right? But those are unnecessary penalties. Like, you just can't have that in a real game. The Steelers won 28-9 and probably could have beat the Packers 40-0. I mean, because they first of all, one of the field goals they would have never got.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I can't. I'll take that back. You got field goal kickers that can kick 70-yarders now in the National Football League. I swear, all field goal kickers are on steroids. I swear. Because where in the hell was these guys when I was playing football? You couldn't get a guy to line up and kick a 50-yarder. Now they're kicking 70-yarders like it ain't nothing. So, but let's be clear. There was points given away by the Pittsburgh Steelers because of their unnecessary penalties. It was unnecessary. And we cannot have that going into the 2026 season. We can't have it after.
I would much rather they do that in the preseason and then fix it before the season starts.
Yeah, facts. Ryder and Miss Afton, love the show. We appreciate you, Ryder. Thanks for rocking with us, man. We appreciate it. Reginald Rivers said Rubio taking a spot. Yeah, Rubio. Listen, well, I didn't know.
He was nice.
After I was pissed at the draft. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, who in the hell? Man, look. Man, there might have been some evaluation. I might have found one. Right? And I like his rotation and him getting in there and playing a little bit of that nose with him and Yah White with Black and Day. Yeah, I like that. I think Rubio's a steal. He's a steal because I didn't know who in the hell he was. Kirby, the Black and Gold Standard said it's the first game action and the O-line have 4 players that move to different positions. If you know football, you know it takes O-line time to gel. And A-Rob would just say R-E-L-A. X. Kirby. Listen, Kirby. I absolutely know football. But you know what you got to see? Because I'm going to tell you this, Kirby. It takes a while for the offensive line to jail. So the longer that you got to delay, the longer they don't jail. We got a 42-year-old freaking quarterback. He don't have time to get blasted. Did you see that hit that Jackson Dart got cracked with this last weekend? Do you think Aaron Rodgers could take one of them? You think the Gazoo can actually take one of them hits after?
Rodgers does not bounce like he used to.
if the Gazoo gets hit like Jackson Dart got hit in the preseason game 1, the Gazoo is out of here. The season is absolutely over. He can't take that hit. Now, can he get hit? Yes, but not like that, right?
Yeah.
And you got to have offensive tackle play. And let me point this out too. After the running backs was out there selling too. They were selling the farm. Go back and watch the film. The running backs blocking was trash on pass pro. What the hell was Homer thinking about? At least twice. What the hell are you thinking about? Right? Horrible. They were selling the farm, and that's another aspect that a lot of people don't understand. The tight end and running backs got to support the scheme, especially the way the play's called.
Yep.
So I'm worried about a little bit about that too, but it's okay. Extra Black, man, I ain't seen you in a minute, man. What's cracking? Good to see you in the building. He said one battle that should be a battle between a Sawyer and Jamison Davis at outside linebacker for the number 4 spot. Jamison Davis got his damn jersey snatched. Elandon Roberts said, get that up, dog. Now, I don't know if he paid for it or not. I don't know. But he got his jersey snatched. And E-Rob was out there causing hell in week 1 practice. I mean, week first practice, he was causing hell.
Did you hear about him and McCormick jawing at each other?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The skirmish that happened in practice was him. He stirred it up from the time he got in. From the time they inserted him in that practice, he stirred it up the whole freaking way. He stirred it up to where ultimately there was, but we need that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't without no fights. What the hell is going on? Because I called for it after, and I told you, I wanted Dunker and IMAX to go look them veterans in the face and say, I wish to God you would. Which brings me to my point about this. Afton, what's Jennings Dunker? He's showing he's a project.
Mm-hmm.
He's a project. Now, we was excited because we was like, okay, we got our starting right guard. With the red hair flowing, the jerseys, the Yinz getting behind him. We got our guard. He's a project. Now, I'm not saying his film was bad. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is that he's going to need developed. But wasn't that the same thing that happened with Mason McCormick after? Didn't we have to do? And he was
exactly what happened with him.
Yeah. So I believe wholeheartedly that Dunker can develop, but he's just not ready to start week 1.
Yeah.
So
but I think he can if he is one of those guys that's like Herbig, where he can take coaching and immediately turn around and put it to use, I think he'll come along quick. Because he's got the strength, he's got the attitude that I love in a lineman. Like, he had one guy back like 10 yards, and I was just cheering him on the whole time because that's what I like to see.
Yeah. You always want to see aggression, Afton.
Yeah.
And
he's got it.
Yeah, you got it. Because aggression spells effort. For all you guys that don't know, and like you're casual football fans or whatever else, aggression and effort are running sequence. When you're aggressive, you're giving at maximum effort. I don't think you can give effort without being aggressive. I think you have to be. Even if you're wrong, you're still aggressive in what you do. So there's some scenario or some situation where I feel that Dunker, the film might show where he was aggressive at that right guard. But to run him out there, no, he's absolutely not ready. Absolutely,
you can't rely on him to protect Aaron yet.
Yeah. Black and Gold Standard, Kirby said, gee, it's bye-bye for KJ. So all you guys that don't know, let's be perfectly clear. There was no practice today, but the practice before. The running back depth room went as follows. Dowdell 1, Warren 2, Nichols 3, what's his name? Homer 4, Heidenreich 5, Johnson 6. That was the running back room. That was the running back room for 2026. After you froze, you good?
Yep.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Am I froze up? Live
No.
chat, am I froze? Okay, I'm just making sure y'all good. Right? So the issue is, like I said, for KJ might be out of here. And Kirby, you're right. You're right.
Okay, bring it. Yeah, that comment.
Yeah. Go ahead.
G-Stack says Dunker also played tackle in college. Needs to work on his footwork and hand placement. Did you hear the interview of him? Was it after the game or the next day? One of the reporters, he told him he realized now after his first game that he is not an NFL tackle. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I absolutely heard it. But he knew that for sure. He might have thought in his wildest dreams that he could actually play tackle. Because you know why? Because tackles make more money than guards and centers, right? So he was like, I could play tackle in the NFL. I could start, get a big contract at ABC and D. The speed of the game alone, the athletic ability of those edge rushers is unbelievable. Mm-hmm. And I think he knew it in camp when he lined up against TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Jack Sawyer, Nick Herbig, Jamin Davis. When he lined up against those guys, he was like, nah, I'm not no tackle. I'm going to play guard. I'm going to play guard for sure, man. Jordan Tyson out for 2 months, wide receiver for the New Orleans Saints. Oh, wow. Somebody that I see our podcast, we're going to be sick about that. But oh, wow. Extra Black said, why do all the so-called Steelers reporters continue to speak so high on Roman Wilson, but come game time, he's nowhere to be found? Because that's what they've done over the last several years. Roman Wilson didn't get a helmet, Extra Black, for games. We've always heard he looked well in practice, but he's got to do it in the game. So that's what Afton said, and I think I'm with Afton. Bernard is a gamer. Roman might be a practice guy, but he's got to show up in the game or he's not going to be the number 3. That's what I think, Afton. I don't know about you.
I absolutely think the same.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Afton. So we got issues. We got the short bus going on. We got the O-line, man. We got the struggle bus, the short bus, the struggle bus. What are you looking forward to this week in practice for the Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line? And do you think it's got to get to a point where we got to settle in and decide these are our guys? When is the point where the camp battle's over and we make the decision on these are our guys to start?
I think one of the things that I am most looking forward to is to see IMAX come back, even if he's just doing some kind of participation. These guys working together, I would love to hear about them spending time together off the field, but I don't hear much reporting on that this year. But just, I want to hear the coaches talking about how satisfied they are with what those guys are doing. And I really hope that they bring in a ref crew for practice and smoke them when they mess up.
Yeah. I think that's absolutely should happen. I like shared practices too. Right? So after your answers, your big answer was, like you said, bring in a ref crew, bring in some outside people to see what's going on. But your answers to the Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line is going to be what? What's your answer, Max? And you tell me how to fix it and what's got to happen moving forward.
Well, you have to figure out who your right tackle is going to be. You have to figure out what's going on with Troy and get his mind right, or get his, get him comfortable on that side so that he doesn't have to think about what he's doing. He can just do it. And then we have to figure out who's going to be on the other side at guard. Right now, I'm hoping that Broderick Jones ends up as a backup swing tackle, because I think he could fill that position pretty well. I don't know if he could play guard if he had to or not, but I don't like relying on like Spencer Anderson.
Oh, horrible after.
Yeah. McCormick and Frazier, I'm happy with both of them. I don't know about Hoffman. I mean, I need to see more of him.
Well, he's definitely gonna get one rotation. He's definitely gonna get first team snaps moving forward, right? So now listen, I gotta hit you guys with a cold hard truth. Spoken while sipping on a Zivia. Like I said today, the Zivia flavor I'm sipping on is a Zivia orange. I got a little bit of lemon juice mixed in with it. Tastes great, man. Absolutely great. And this is the deal. This is the cold hard facts about the Steelers for 2026. The cold hard facts is this. It was one preseason game. It's in the books. We won the game. But if you were absolutely just watching the game and didn't know the score, didn't know the box score, and just paid attention to what was going on with the offensive line, the cold hard facts is this, is that the Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line needs some major work to be ready to go in 2026. There's absolutely no way we can run that play through a 17-game season and expect us to do the things that we want to do in the 2026 season. There's no way we can do it by protecting Aaron Rodgers, because they're not going to hold up. There's no way we can do it by having the running game that we want to establish in Pittsburgh that's going to help the passing game if this offensive line plays the way it plays. Offensive line, it's time for you to step up. I don't know what's in some of you guys' heads. I don't know what you're thinking about. I don't know if it was camp fatigue. I don't know. But absolutely moving forward, we cannot have this product on film for what you guys are trying to do in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for 2026. Listen, y'all, that's a cold hard truth about the Pittsburgh Steelers while I'm sipping on my Zivia, whether you like it or not. And make sure you check out all the Zivia products available on the on Pittsburgh Steelers Know It All's podcast channel. Now, I'll be back tomorrow at the noonday edition, keeping it 100 with your boy G. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the DB rooms. And I'll be back tomorrow on Steelers All Nighty with my boy Big B on the Big Show. But before we close out, Afton, your final thoughts concerning the Pittsburgh Steelers and what's going on and the state to address concerning the Steelers for 2026.
The offense has me excited to see the first regular season game. I want to see what they do against a real opponent, like when it matters. I'm pretty excited to see what the defense can cook up too.
Yeah. That's my focus tomorrow. My focus tomorrow will be to talk a little bit about the defensive back room. Let me just hear you say boom, because that's what we got going on in the defensive back room. We got a lot of booming going on. So let me hear you say boom tomorrow when we start talking about the defensive back room for the Pittsburgh Steelers. We appreciate wait a minute. We got one last super chat. Claude Bishop, man, $5. Afton, thanks for showing up and telling the truth. And maybe you rub off on your co-host. Claude, I thought, Claude, we would actually make it through a show when we didn't have to go here. But I see you now. You're not satisfied unless we do. It's on, Claude. It's on and popping, man. We appreciate all you guys rocking with us, man. Thanks for rocking with us. Make sure you come back tomorrow, noonday edition, your boy Big G. Keep it at 100, man. We appreciate all you guys. Have a great and wonderful evening. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.